Yo, you feel that? Dog, that's queer retrograde, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Queer Retrograde. I am Fritz. I use any pronouns and I am taking you on a journey with me through the artist's way. We got Julia Cameron guiding us back to our creativity, back to our spiritual self, ultimately. I mean, what is creativity other than that? So, yeah, last week I feel like I was a little nervous, a little scared. This week I was feeling so skeptical, but in a way that has kind of led me to a place where I'm just like, fuck it. Like, we're just goofing around, we're just playing, we're just trying things out. And as long as I'm committed and doing the practices of the artist way practices, the morning pages, the date, and the exercises, like, I just have to kind of surrender and trust that this is, I'm gonna see results at some point, so yeah, let's get into it. This week, the theme was recovering a sense of identity. In the book, in the reading portion of this week, she talked about crazymakers, which are people in your life that it's just chaos. They're just causing chaos. Everything revolves around them and their schedule, and they don't pay attention to your boundaries. They don't really have any sense of feel for people, for what's going on that isn't revolved around them. And just how crazymakers can be a great kind of crutch for creative block, because it's like, oh, well, it's all this person's fault. They're distracting me. They're, they're not listening to me. They're causing all this drama in my life. But it's like, ultimately, we have to create our own boundaries to be able to get the shit done that we want to get done, or to focus on the things we want to focus on. So I was really grateful to read this, because I was like, damn, I don't really have any crazy makers in my life. Honestly, all of my close friends, they're people who, they mind their business, they work on their own stuff, they have incredible boundaries, incredible communication skills, and just incredible emotional intelligence. I'm just so grateful that the people that are the main people in my life, they just aren't, the drama isn't circulating around them. And the few people I do have in my life that I feel like could potentially lean into crazy maker territory, I'm in very intentional processes of creating boundaries and individuation within our relationship. So that part of the reading, I was like, okay, I've heard this before. I'm grateful that I have invested so much in my relationships and reflecting on them, because I just know that can be such a suck. We've all been in those relationships where you just wake up one day and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Straight up, I've just been on this person's ride. I've just been on their ride, and it can be jarring and disorienting to then get off the ride and be recovering your sense of identity, being like, whoa, who am I? What do I want amongst all of this chaos? So yeah, that was the thing. But I think the thing that I really resonated with this week in the reading was skepticism. And not just skepticism from external forces. I feel like I went to art school, I dealt with that shit like all the time, of just, especially because my dad is in sports, and so he'd have like these athletes in his office be like, oh, you're studying art, like how are you gonna make money with that? Like that's the only thing that matters, right, is making money. But yeah, so I've dealt with that skepticism from external forces. But what I'm realizing is like I have my own inner skeptic. Like I noticed this week I would wake up and be like, why am I gonna go to the gym? Like, who the fuck cares if I go to the gym? Like, it's not gonna matter, you know, it's not gonna change my mood or my attitude, like whatever it is. That's just an example, but the inner skeptic is so strong. And so one of the exercises for this week was to go back to page 3 and read the basic principles of this book. And we were supposed to read them every morning and every evening, but I only did them in the morning. But I'm going to read them to you now. So, number 1, creativity is the natural order of life. Life is energy, pure creative energy. Number 2, there is an underlying, indwelling creative force infusing all of life, including ourselves. Number 3, when we open ourselves to our creativity, we open ourselves to the Creator's creativity within us and our lives. Number 4, we are ourselves creations, and we, in turn, are meant to continue creativity by being creative ourselves. Number 5, creativity is God's gift to us. Using our creativity is our gift back to God. Number 6, the refusal to be creative is self-will and is counter to our true nature. That one always hits for me because I'm like, girl, you have so much self-will that you can convince yourself to do literally anything. It's the same way vice versa, where it's like whatever I want to do that I'm not doing, it's just self-will. It's just that simple. Number 7, when we open ourselves to exploring our creativity, we open ourselves to God, good orderly direction. Number 8, as we open our creative channel to the Creator, many gentle but powerful changes are to be expected. 9, it is safe to open ourselves up to greater and greater creativity. 10, our creative dreams and yearnings come from a divine source. As we move toward our dreams, we move toward our divinity. Yeah. So I read those every morning. I think that they all resonate in one way or another. Whenever I hear the word God, I often think myself. Like, we all have God in us. And so it just feels like I'm pursuing self-fulfillment right now. And the basic principles kind of affirm that and remind me of that. And any skepticism that comes in, because I'm someone who wakes up like kind of anxious. Like especially lately, my dreams have been so intense and so vivid that I wake up and I'm anxious and I'm just like, oh fuck, like this day, like I don't want to do this day. And yeah, so just having those basic principles, I think, is like, okay, we're just on this journey right now. It's like, it's not, you don't have to put all this pressure on yourself to be a certain type of way or to do a million things today or whatever it is that's making me anxious. It's like, just experience, just be here and experience. And that is something that I've been learning through so many different mediums, so many different practices, I would say. And yeah, my hope is that if I continue reading these basic principles, my skepticism will like slowly kind of get less and less. But like, oh, I'm a Capricorn moon, I'm a Virgo rising. Like, I can be really kind of like, what is the word? I can be stubborn and I can be skeptical and I can be stubborn in my skepticism, you know? I can have a bit of like a prove it kind of energy. And I guess that's part of why I'm doing this. I'm proving it to myself, whatever it is, that journey and that self-fulfillment. I'm just trying some stuff out, you know, like, okay. So yeah, I also am just really hopeful that this whole process will help me be more open-minded. That was something else that she spoke about in the text for this week under the skepticism, was whenever I like notice myself being skeptical about something, it's that self-will of me trying to block myself off from something, whether it's an experience. Oftentimes it's probably a blessing of some kind, right? So I just hope that I can continue noticing that and become more open-minded. I think something that this podcast last week helped me notice was like, and this is something that my friends have told me, like, I can be kind of serious and I'll take myself really seriously to a detriment to where then things don't feel as fun anymore. They don't feel like playful or generative or like just exciting. And that's what happens with the artist way, with going to the gym, with meditation, with pretty much anything in life that I do. If I start to take myself too seriously in it and I start to put pressure on myself, it's like all of a sudden I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, it doesn't feel, it's like the battle, the internal battle within myself. So yeah, open-mindedness and just being extremely patient with myself, I think that's something that will come up again as I continue talking about this week. But yeah, so there have been a lot of waves of emotions come up for me. It's also eclipse season right now, and it's just been a lot. I think, like, I'm literally looking at the moon right now. It's about to be full, and I'm just like, wow, so big, so bright, so full of all of this, all power, emotion, light. I don't know, like, I look out at the ocean and I'm just seeing the ocean waves and how this moon is literally affecting the tides, and I'm like, that's inside of me, you know, that's powerful. I'm just riffing now, but anyways, I like this morning I woke up and I was just like, I feel so like I just felt so uninspired this morning. I felt kind of like, ugh, another day. I don't feel like doing this, but also I know I will. The sun is out today, so let's go. And now that I went through my day where I did all my things, and I also got some cleaning done and spend some time outside, I feel more resolved, I guess, in that, like, sometimes you just gotta keep trying something. You just gotta keep trying. Just, I committed to this 12-week process, and I'm just gonna do it. And then I'm gonna see what happens. And outside of that, like, that's it, you know? It doesn't, yeah, again, it's just all of the things I've already said. The pressure, the taking myself too seriously, the intensity. Like, Hobbes told me I'm a really intense person, and I was like, I've been reflecting on that, and I'm like, you know, I can be intense. Like, since I started going to the gym, they were like, how many days a week are you trying to go? And I was like, every day, obviously. Like, what? I've just been going every single day. And they're like, bro, like, most people, when they start going to the gym again, like 4 days, 5 days, maybe 6 days. I'm like, okay, but on my off day, I'm doing, like, you know, gentle yoga or something like that. It's intense. But I'm like, okay, I'm in this place where I'm looking for a job, but I'm also not working. This is my job, right? Like, taking care of myself, taking care of my mind, my body, my spirit, my creativity, like my relationships, especially my relationship to nature, like that is my job right now. And I even noticed that because one of the tasks was to kind of like, one of the exercises for this week was to go through your week and look at how much time you're spending on different things. And I was like, damn, like, basically my morning routine of the morning pages, doing like an exercise from the Artist Way, meditating. I meditate for an hour, and then going to the gym and feeding myself. Like, that is basically a part-time or a full-time job, like, depending on how you look at it. Like, I'm spending 30 to 40 hours a week on myself, which, again, I'm so grateful to be in this place where I can do this. But wow, it's also, yeah, it can be a lot. Great news, y'all. We have got a mushroom hookup for y'all. I have been microdosing on and off for a few years now, and can definitely say that when I'm on top of my dosing, my baseline is calmer, freer, and more open-minded. That's because a major benefit of microdosing is its ability to enhance neuroplasticity, your brain's natural ability to adapt, rewire, and recover from dysfunction. Mycelium combines the healing benefits of ancient medicine with science-backed nootropics and adaptogens. Each blend is packed with unique benefits. Mycelium offers a wide variety of products, making it easy to integrate microdosing into your day-to-day life. Hobbes loves their coconut creamer, and I'm really into the capsules for love because, of course, I'm a little lover boy. Click the link in our show notes and use the code Cazimi for 20% off your purchase. Again, use the link in our show notes, and the code is Cazimi, Cazimi, for 20% off your purchase. To just be with myself all the time, like, I love myself. I love hanging out with myself. I've been dating myself for some time now, but this feels, I guess, rigorous in a different kind of way. It feels like I'm in training of some kind for something, and I'm not sure exactly what that is yet. the best way I can describe it, like I said earlier, is self-fulfillment. Like, so yes, patience, patience, patience. I did my morning pages all of the days this week for week 2. Week 1, I think I missed one day. So I'm proud of myself for that. I noticed myself writing about my dreams a lot. And I also noticed myself just kind of whining, honestly. Like, I was just whining about whatever I was feeling, what's frustrating me, the micro of my own personal life, and then the macro of the world, like, and those mirrors being super, like, obvious, but that's also the Aquarius in me. Okay, so for my artist date this week, I did something that felt extremely frivolous. I have friends that do this regularly, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, y'all are spending so much money on this, and I just don't get it at all. But I read in the book that your artist date should feel frivolous. And so I took myself to get a pedicure. Now, again, this is something that people go and do this shit like every 2 weeks. But for me, I think that because I also have like some feet trauma, right? Like, I have webbed feet. I was a dancer. I had huge bunions. I had to have surgery on both of my feet when I was in 8th grade. And for my bunions. And, you know, I got made fun of a lot for the way that my feet looked. I was barefoot because I was a dancer. And I got made fun of. I couldn't always do everything the same ways that other folks could. And also because the surgeries on my feet also correspond to some intense like familial shifts that were happening, I think I just like hated my feet, and I just put like I stored a lot of that experience in my feet. So I never went to go get a pedicure. I think I maybe went to go get a pedicure like one time just because someone gave me a gift, like a gift card specifically for that, a gift certificate. And this is when I was like a kid, and it was like a family member gave it to me and my mom or something. So I like have spent the last year really trying to heal my relationship with my feet. I've been looking at them more, massaging them more, letting other people touch them, letting other people massage them. I had like a bit of a fungus situation going on that I just ignored for like many years, basically. I went to the foot doctor, I got the fungus situation taken care of, and I've just been like really trying to love on my feet. So I was like, okay, I was so nervous, but I was like, I can do this. I can go, I can like be transparent about like the areas that are really sensitive, and I'm just gonna have to trust. And let me tell you, this experience was so relaxing and fulfilling, and just like, I don't know, I just felt so cared for. I had the little back massager on the chair on. I was leaned back. They had nice warm water for me to soak my feet in. And then it's like the way the chairs are positioned, or like the way that they're designed, where you can put your feet up at the perfect right angle, that it just feels so good. And oh my gosh, this person was just, their hands were magic. I swear, magic. It was like every area, the touch was great. They did a scrub, they did a massage, and then like even with like the little flip-flop things that they give you, I was just like, my feet felt so open and so free and so like light in a different kind of way that I just haven't really experienced before. So 10 out of 10 recommend, and I will be rewiring that service in my brain as like to equate to going to like a Korean spa, which if you know me, you know I love a Korean spa and it's always worth every single penny. Like getting a pedicure is also kind of like a version of that in a way to me now. And it's just care. Care is a necessity. Care is a necessity. It's not a luxury. I mean, it is a luxury when you think about it in capitalist terms, but like, I'm just trying to reframe it in my brain as I'm not like, I don't have a spending problem just because I want to take care of myself, you know? And it can be so easy to get into that kind of trope because we aren't encouraged to take care of ourselves, and we aren't encouraged to, you know, like, I guess it's just like the money guilt is reinforced, and it's just kind of this never-ending cycle. So all that to say, I am really glad that I went on this date, even though I was super nervous and I was just felt vulnerable. I think that's what I should be doing. So that's what I did. I did a few of the exercises this week. I did a sort of pie chart of fulfillment. There was like all these different areas of your life. And then you drew kind of like a dot in each pie slice based off of how little or how much you're fulfilled. And then you connected them all to kind of see where your life is like lopsided. I did some of the affirmations from last week, writing them in repetition. And then another kind of chart of just like a circle where inside of the circle I wrote things and people that felt supportive to me, and then outside of the circle things that are not supportive. So that can also be like a reminder of where to kind of like where I'm lopsided or not focusing right, which by the way, most of the not supportive things are all inside my brain. So working on that. But the one exercise that I think was my favorite from this week was the 20 things that I love doing, making a list of just 20 things that I just love doing. And it could be anything. It was from like going to the nude beach all the way to like swimming or eating tacos or whatever it is. And then I wrote the date of the last time I did that, if I could remember, next to these things. And there were some things on there, like swimming came up because swimming was on there, and just because it's been winter, I haven't swam since like September of last year. And that's an easy thing where the next time I went to the gym, I was like, I'm gonna go swimming. I love swimming. Let me take myself swimming. And yeah, it was great because there were some things on there where it's like, okay, obviously, like, I can't just pick up and take a trip to Florida right now just because of the coin. But there were a lot of things on there where, okay, I haven't done this in a long time and it's something I love doing, so let me just go do it. That was great. And also it's great to have that list for reference for artist dates, and just dating myself in general. So I loved that one. And Yeah, other than that, I think this week, because there was also a section in the text about awareness, and this is something that has come up in meditation practice for me, where if there's something that's stressing me out, like not having money, then really trying to become super aware and notice when I do have money. Because I think it can be easier to just hyperfixate on whatever the sort of more perceived negative thing is. And yeah, it's just a way to maintain, like, to find more balance and kind of equanimity within life. And yeah, in that, just focusing on the moments where I do feel really inspired and excited about life. Honestly, I was really excited about recording this podcast. So thank you to everyone who is listening to this. I'm so grateful, because not only is it helping me hold myself accountable, but it's also just something that I love doing. I love gabbing, and I love sharing my experience and what I'm going through. I think that that's part of why I'm here this go around, this lifetime, is to share a lot of these like personal growth experiences, and yeah, do with that what you will, you know? Like, I think I just love processing through conversation. And yeah, so with that, if you have any questions or any thoughts or anything that you want me to specifically touch on as I continue through this journey, please feel free to DM your question or your thought to us at Queer Retrograde on Instagram, or email queerretrograde@gmail.com. And I would love to hear from you. So next week, we have recovering a sense of power. That is the focus for week 3, recovering a sense of power. And I hope to, I hope to have a lot more to talk about next week too. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon. Cheers.
Please, dear God, keep the gay agenda alive and tell your gay friends about this gay ass podcast. Bless, bless, bless.